Hytale's also having a heart attack. Anyways, welcome to the stream. I just realized I was muted. Okay, so it's put me in a default world. Okay. So this just puts me in a brand new world and I can just fly around and do whatever. If I do have slash hub. Brings me back here. So what is this one then? Okay, so what I was yapping about before, I didn't realize I was muted. So I want to recreate the game CSR. That's what you can see down below. There's a game there. That's the one we're going to make. But I'm exploring the initial creative stuff here just to kind of get an idea of what it's like. And I'm likely to go back to making just a super flat world and build from there, kind of like I have with making our other... Okay, oh, zone 3. So is this all like this one zone? Interesting. Okay, well, this is not what we want, so we're gonna go back. And we're just gonna quit and we're gonna make a new one. So return to the menu. We're gonna go back to worlds. We're gonna... Oh, that's not what I wanted. We're going to edit this world. Can I... Okay, we're just gonna delete this one and create a new one. Okay, so go create a world. Sea of stars. Edit the settings. We're just gonna make it a flat world. NPCs and pause time. So can I not... I can't turn on NPCs? They just don't generate. I guess that could be good. As long as it doesn't restrict us from eating it. So I guess we'll have to check if we can do anything with that. I've yet to experience the creative menu or any of the creative within Hytale, so this is a new experience for me. Do, 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 do. Okay. We hit tab, it just kind of goes in here. Okay. An entity tool. Weapons, armor, foods, potions, recipes, ingredients. This is all the furniture. Can I place any entities? That's one thing I'm curious. We have creative tools. This is a hub for which you can access various tools and editors that can aid you in creation of content in Hytale. Simply choose one of them to get started. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so assets, editor, okay, worlds. You can spawn an entity. You do not have permission to use this command. Oh. Why don't I have permission for any of these? Is there a opt option? Do help? Okay, here's all the commands. Let's take a look at what we got. So we got blocks, builder's tool, legend, clear blocks, clear history, clear titles. Emotes, interesting. Gmail, search help, hotbar, hub. I just take opt. So there is opt. Okay, so I can opt self. OP self. Okay, so now if I go into here and I say spawn an entity, oh, I can't. So if I spawn that, oh, okay, I'm gonna use the controls. So I can spawn an entity. Let's spawn, what does it do? It spawns it just like normal. Okay. What do I want to do? Command? Well, it works on myself. There's not a lot of autofills though, is there? So if I do help. Let's take a look at what other... There is a kill command for specifically the player. Is there a way to remove entities? There's so many things. I can spawn stuff. Okay. Or do I just, No, that doesn't work. I want to press B to get into here. Okay, so if I go to spawn entity, can I tell it to remove? Okay, and I can do this here. Search. If I want to remove an entity, I can remove entities. Slash remove entity. Okay, so if I do slash remove entity. Hold on. What did that say? Slash entity. Okay. Remove all entities. Instead of a specific one. This world to operate this command. This entity to. Okay, I could do a specific entity. Oh, I can do that, but then I can't. I don't know the. I don't know the command for that one. Okay. So I gotta figure out what that was. In fact, let's go back to here. Spawn entity. It was ant t. So ant elope. Okay, so if I do that again, and I say entity remove send, and I say ant elope. I didn't like that. The wrong number of requirements. Can I do like an up thing? One? If I just say entity remove. Okay, what if I grab a sword? Can I, or no, weapon. That doesn't remove it. Well, that's interesting. I gotta figure out how to remove this guy. How do I get you out of here? Can I like right click you? Oh, this is awkward. Can I clear entities? Oh, clear entities. Aha! Oh, how do I select it? Clear entities. This is very confusing. I didn't want to spawn another one. No, don't do it. How do I get rid of this guy? Is he just gonna live here forever with us while we're creating the world? I definitely need to figure out how to remove the entity. Help me. Okay, well, there's a clear entity, but it's not clearing all entities, so I need to clear specifically antelope slash clear entities. Oh. Okay, well that's not working. Okay. Alright, what do we have? Removes all, so entity clean. So if I do entity clean, requires a flag argument. Confirm to be specific as confirmation of your execution of this command. And if I do slash confirm, it's not working. Okay. The world to operate this command. Type flag. Because if I hit say send and I say confirm, does it do like that? This command requires a flag. I don't know how to do that. How to do a flag argument. Let's see if I can do a quick search on this. Hytale remove entity creative. Select the entity with the grabber tool. Oh. There's a grabber tool? Selection tool. Can I middle click this? I don't think that's the tool I need. Entity tool, there we go. Okay, I can pick him up. That's funny. Okay. When I have it, I open entity spawn UI. Interesting. I can grab him, cancel the movement, revert position, adjust the distance. I can scroll him in and out. That's funny. Okay, what if I want to remove him? Hit K, remove, so I can hit delete. Okay, there we go. Figure that out. So we'll go back to our block selection. I want to remove this, which... How do I do that? I hit delete? Okay. So that's very interesting on how that works. Alright, so let me go ahead and tab over to Sea of Stars real quick. So I'm going to load in the first area that we're going to be working on here. If I can get my controller to wake up for me. Is it gonna work for me? Come on. Wake up, controller. I need you to assist me in functioning, please. The struggle, the struggle. Oh, why are you not working? Okay, come on. Why won't you work? Oh gosh. I don't know what buttons I'm pressing. Okay. Uh-oh, did I just start another... It's being silly. Okay. Will you work for me now? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this. Okay, we're gonna load up this world. So what I did is I have actually completed the game previously. But what I've done is I have created a... or got back to where I want to be. So this is gonna be the first area we're gonna build out here. In fact, I think I can... yeah, spacebar to interact with stuff. Okay. So this is what we want to start with. So to kind of get that going, we're going to go ahead and just put everything away for now. We're going to look for some blocks. So we're going to need kind of like a light orange cloth does look like it could be the color we need, but I want to look for ground-based materials to try to use. We want kind of a light sandy color potentially, like a dirt. We don't want a rock, we want... it does look like sand, so I guess I can search. Sand. I'm just like a dark sand though. I'm gonna go for dirt. But just regular dirt could work for that potentially. Or dry dirt. We'll try those. And then we'll look at any sort of grass materials we have. Because I bet we have some sort of purpley grass, which would be great. We have some smooth. In fact, it looks like I need to look for... oh, soils. There we go. There's no purpley soil, which is slightly unfortunate. So I do wonder if we can fiddle with it. So, like, for example, if I just grab this for a second, if I press this down, like it's so fast. Flight inertia. So if I like cut that down to like 20. There we go. Now we're not zipping around like a crazy person. Okay. If I go to the blocks selection, I can do a paintbrush. Okay, so if I take a paintbrush... oh, I didn't want to do that. How do I undo that? Can I just do Control Z? Shift Z. Okay, well, paintbrush is not doing what I think it's going to do, is it? Edit the size, shape, and inventory. Okay. So much information. Allows you to place and remove blocks in different shapes, sizes, and materials. Okay. What if I use the selection tool? Can I do something with this? Change the size, move it, extrude it. I can change where it's... Change the pivot. Can I do any color tweaking? Okay. You can set selection to block, clear all block selection, add walls, removes contents. Okay, to face you. Okay, interesting. Undo reduce, copy, cut, paste, stack, replace, hollow, flip. I'm assuming this is all going to be like building stuff. Shrink the selection by a distance. That's interesting. Okay, I do want to go... I should look at the help. Can I do stuff with the time? Let's take a look at time or day cycle, if there is any. Because that could be entertaining if we can actually fiddle around with the time. Because Sea of Stars does have specifically like time manipulation. So if I can actually replicate that via being able to do commands, that could be fun for the future. I'm guessing it's time, is what I would assume it is. I can do noon. Oh, I could just do noon. Okay, interesting. Let's go back and do the help menu. Is there a time cycle? Something of that sort. So time. You can do dawn, midday, dusk, midnight, set, pause, or change the time delineation scale. That's interesting. So I could do time pause. Okay. Do that for now. I don't want this selected, so I think it's hit delete. Yes. Okay. So as far as blocks go then. Oh, there's different things. A tint brush. Oh. Undo that. I don't want how do I undo it? How does a tint brush work? Set column tint. How do I undo it though? Okay, so I can set column tint. So with the help command, I look up tint. I can do stuff with this, right? Okay, color required. So I can do different colors. The color to tint with. Ew. How do I... Okay, so if I were to go like this, I guess. Can I select? Can I click drag? So if I grab this, and I do slash tint purple? Don't understand. Slash tint. I don't know if that's gonna work. I bet you it's probably a number, I would imagine. So let's if I go tint and just do 255. What does that do? Sets column to 0. Try that again. Okay, so that did something. It did. Okay, so I can do it based off of color code. Okay, so if I want to do like a tint of purple then, I'll have to look at that. Tint purple Hytale. You can apply a purple tint to blocks using an in-game creative tool to adjust your RGB, red, green, blue values. Shift for the example. So what, I'm curious now, does this make it go, it doesn't. So how do I edit my brush? Is there, let's see, help. Can you tell me about a brush? Scripted brushes. Okay. So there is okay, there's different ones. Clear your brush, configure and disable. List the brush configure operations. Advance. Or step. Advance one or more steps into your order. So if I do this. Operation 0. Okay, that's also not doing what I think. Okay, can I tell it to... How do I do the tint back? So if I do tint 0, it goes all the way. Okay, well that's interesting. I don't know what I'm doing. Adjust your mouse click. Okay, so if I hit, how do I undo something? With a Shift Z. If I do Shift Z, I can get. It's not undoing that. If I Shift Z this, so now I can click these and actually. I can actually really brush it in there too if I want. Okay, if I just smack that, it breaks it. Okay, well, we gotta figure out what the purple is. So let's look for the tint color, I guess. So I guess tint number for purple. I guess I can create a chart. I should also say tint number chart digital art. Maybe that'll help if I can spell correctly. Okay, so guess if I look at like a color wheel, maybe I can do something with that. Maybe not. Okay. Purple RGB code. Shades of purple. Okay, so this is kind of like a dark purple. So if I try 124199, let's try that. So let's go ahead and just go down here. We're going to select this area. And then we're going to do slash tint. We're going to try this color number. So 112 41. And then, what was it? 99? Let's see what that does. Okay. Does not accept multiples. What if I just did 112? Okay. Let's try, I guess, 9. Let's try 200. Okay. 500. I bet that's gonna be too high. Okay, it does do up to that. Okay, I need to figure out how this works then. Tint command Hytale. Okay, so purple. Oh, that's a really high. Okay, interesting. Hey, that's a knockout.
Welcome, knockout
So if I do
3514.
this and I do 800080, that's not quite doing what I want, but wow. Okay, I gotta figure out what this is. It's good as part of a robust set of commands. So if I click on this, I'm trying to figure out how to tint things purple because we don't actually have purple blocks. Because we're trying to recreate the game down there, we need purple, so I'm trying to figure that out. How you doing there, Knockout? Okay, so if I go look for the tint command, does it give me any more descriptions or a hint on how to handle this one? No, not immediately. Tint slash color. Yep, I know that's the syntax. Fancy. I'm doing LOL. You're doing laugh out loud. Just got home from. Oh, you're doing. You got it. From the vet, little puppy. Little puppy has pink eye. Aw, he's feeling better. So I can do tint color, but I don't know how to like know the colors. That's something else. $115 later. Ooh, 115. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I go back to help. If I look for tint, let's look at that again. Does it tell me anything here? Wait. Okay, Steam question. Yep, go ahead. The color of the to tint with. Frozen pizza for dinner, or do you like pesto pasta? Probably the frozen pizza. I'm more of a pizza guy than a pasta guy. Okay, tint the selection with a specific color. So, word, text, numbers, and letters. So I can do words. You're lazy tonight and hungry. So if I were to do tint, and if I just say purple, it doesn't understand. I don't understand the number. Okay, well what if I did just like a bunch of nines? Okay, that's like a white. What if I like take these out and make them zeros? So funky. Well, I guess, how do I clear the tint? That's a question. I think what I could do is like try to build it out and then come back and tint it afterwards. Because I don't think I'm going to get any in-depth stuff unless I really look at it. Let's see. Unless I can get a list of that. Do. Okay, we're looking for tint. Lazy and hungry? Yeah. I'd say do the easy thing then. Okay, if I click on this, does this open up anything? It doesn't. Okay. Tint command, Hytale. But tint numbers, Hytale. Okay. Oh, so it uses hexadecimal. That'll help. Okay, so if I want to do hexadecimal, and I'm trying to find this purple. Okay, so that's okay. I think I got it. So if I do this tint command now, if I do this number, so 702963, that's not correct. Because that's not the hexadecimal code, right? Oh, it is. So why isn't that correct then? Okay, so I need to figure out, so tint numbers, Hytale. So it's trying to tell me if I do 8,000, or what is that? 800080, it should do purple, is it? Which is like not correct according to this. Because this is what it's trying to tell me, that this one should be purple. That's obviously not purple. Unless the selection tool is, yeah, like that's not purple. That's totally a blue. I don't know what it's talking about. Can I somehow tell it to undo? I guess, yeah, right. It was the Shift Z to undo things. I can spam it, but it's not going to do anything. I'm learning. I'm learning how to do things, but I gotta figure out how to do stuff with a brush. Can I edit the brush? That's something else I want to figure out how to do. Where to say brush? Not found. Okay. Doesn't make sense. What if I look at this one? Maybe this one can help me out. Truly trying to figure this out. I think there's too much in there for people to like have it listed yet. Yeah, because this says add a color code, word purple. So does the word. Yeah, so it's trying to tell me to do the number. But that's not gonna work though. No selection bound. Use a selection tool to define the area. Okay. Oh, we're gonna remove that. So if I go like right here, I'm gonna go to all the way over here. Okay. I'm gonna try this again just to confirm. I can't see it now though. Right, I forgot to pause the time. Okay, so that's definitely wrong. Well, what if I were to do... Let's try like 9, maybe? Oh, I gotta reselect the area. Okay. Oh, I gotta... Right, I gotta do... Gotta hold it down. Oh, I'm selecting the wrong thing. Gotta select the side. Or just not at all? Okay. There, that's what I want to do. Okay. Keep it to 1. So for now, I'll go for the tint. Wish I could like hide the preview for a second. Is there a way to do that? I go page up, page down. Okay, so I could do that. Okay. So I do that, go back, and then do this tinting again. Let's try just adding that. What does that do to it? Make a page up, page down. Okay, so that's... it's not doing the right colors. Yep. Yes, feed the fishies. Thank you for collecting the monies. Give them lots of food. They're very hungry. Okay, so if this is not correct, can I get anything that's similar? And I don't think it's going to take letters, though. So, like, for example, if I did this, and then did the color code of AA336A. Yeah, so it doesn't recognize it. Okay, so I need just numbers. So if I want black purple hex codes, okay, that's more what I'm looking for. So let's try this one. Let's see if this one works. So if this is correct, it would be 301934. Okay, that's a green. I gotta figure out the hex code. That should just be hex codes, right? Okay, so I want purple, just hex code, color code. Something's not right here. Or is it because it's applying purple onto the green? Could that be what it is? Okay, we're about to test something here. So if I were to go over here and grab some blocks, let's grab a couple different colors and just see what happens. Guess we don't need a whole bunch of blues, right? Let's grab like a yellow. So we got a black, a blue, a yellow. Let's grab this light purple. Let's grab maybe this pink, this reddish one, an orange, and a green. And we're just going to... Actually, I should be able to do something like this, right? If I make a row of it. And I should be able to go to my selection tool. And I should be able to go... Oh, hold on. Delete. Okay, so if I select these, I should have the option to... So I go Alt. Interesting. What can I do with this? Duplicate, paste, continue, cancel movement, duplicate selection, then move it. So was that Alt T? Alt T? Interesting. Can I just grab it and move it? That's what I like to do. Because I thought if I Alt left click, and then I could Alt Shift left click. Ah, anyways, that should be enough. Because then I should be able to go grab these and then do the tint. And then hit up. Okay. So that didn't do anything. Interesting. So tint doesn't affect these wool blocks. Is there a way to just clear my inventory? Shift. Wait, add material? Oh, I can add a material. What does that do? Oh, I could modify the selection tool. Oh. Okay. Very interesting. I'll respond to hit. Okay, well if that doesn't change based on tint, I assume I need to do soils, for example. So I guess this would be a good example of the different colors. If we were to do like the bluish green, this one, a green, that one, possibly a brown. I can see if I can tint these also. Okay, let's try that instead. So if I go, oh, these are turning green because it's based off the tint. Because they are slightly different, they're just a different texture. Okay, so the tint does affect some of these. So if I were to grab these, and then do the tint command, and then pitch up. Okay, so I can see what does get affected. So it does look like mainly just the grasses. These don't seem to be affected by it. Which is interesting. What if I do the 0? Then it's super black and I can really see where it's at. Okay. Very interesting. Though ashen soil might be useful for some stuff, but... Watch out, that's good the soil doesn't get affected, because then I can actually replicate this. And I could probably use leafy soil for kind of those higher up layers. And then use this as like the secondary. So almost like that's the patch of kind of like leafy patches. Okay, cool. But then I have to figure out the tinting if I want to do multiple coloring. Okay. Question is, how do I remove a tint? I gotta figure out how that works. Okay. Hytale, remove tint. Okay. Use the tint color command which allows us to modify it. Okay. How do I remove it? I don't understand. Well, what if I were to go tint none? Doesn't understand. Okay. Well, that's awkward. So if I remove all these, it's still gonna have that tint there. Awkward. I don't know how to remove tint. And if I place these down, yeah, there's gonna be tint here because I was messing with it. Okay, well, yeah. Can I go like this and select it and then can I tell it to remove all? Attach, show more, show rotation, paste, exit, duplicate, cancel movement, rotation, duplicate. I do clear, but I think I'll just remove it, right? It's not going to remove the tint. I can try it. Yeah, I just deleted it. That's what I figured. So if I go Shift Z, it'll put them back. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Could do replace, could do undo. I can't undo the tint though, which is really weird. Do, 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 do. Okay, we'll go back into the help menu. We're trying to fiddle with this tint right now. That's all we're doing. Okay, so I go to tint. There's nothing about it there, but what about chunks? Can I do something with the chunk? Chunk tint. Tint the chunk you're standing in. Okay. How do I undo tinting? Can I regenerate? Okay. Force info, we get the information, we can load it, we can lighting. Okay, mark save, mark. Ah, where is it attacking me at? I can't see. I don't have my preview up because I've got Sea of Stars up. New. Okay. So here's the colors. Yeah, it says color values is in hex format or a decimal integer. So hex should work. So for example, if I did FF0000, it should work. Okay. Blur, sigma, radius, and color. Okay, so let's try something. If we do a chunk tint, and then, okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna go chunk tint, and I look up the color for purple again. So I want Purple code. Shades of purple. Okay, so if I try this one again, if I click on this one, does it tell me... It doesn't give me the other code, does it? But it was trying to tell me before I can't do, like, the FF ones. Like this one, when I tried to do a letter, it didn't like it. So that's not true either. So let's just try 7,000. Okay. And we'll try an 8,000. Or 9,000. Okay. Try 8. If I add 100 to it, what does it do? Okay, okay, that's closer to what we're needing. Like that's... Wait, why is the time... The time should be paused. Why is it... I have to repause it after I go new? And then I say... And pause. Okay, so that's... It's not quite what we want. So how do we get it darker? Do I add like another 0? No. So if I figured out this is roughly what I want. So if I do 0 and I do 80, that's a bit close. That's not darker though. So if I go 200, it's too bright. So if I say 120, I think I still need darker. So I think I need to go lower. So what if I do 0 and 0? It goes red. 20. Go 100. Let's try 500. It's super bright. Okay. So what if I did... Yeah, it doesn't work. 180? 200. Oh, this is so finicky. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 150. Okay, let's try 140. It's going darker. 130. 110. 100. But if I make this like this... Okay, so that does work. Okay, let's try like 40. It's too red. 70? 80. Really fiddling with colors here. So if the purple isn't going to work, we probably need to do a different color. Perhaps we need to like figure out... Okay, 7? Nope. I can kind of go through and figure out what they are. So that's 3, 4. Okay, 4. Oh, okay, 4. That's closer to what we want. We have to we just have to keep fiddling with stuff. So if I put like 40 into that, no. Maybe like 10, 20, 30. I have to like do small increments. 50. So that's not quite the dark purple I'm looking for. Because it was trying to tell me that it was 8,020 for like a burgundy. So what if I were to do... If I add a 1 here, it does changes it like crazy. So what is that? Okay, let's try this. If I put in 4 and then 4 zeros, right? And then 5 0. Right? Search that and I say color. X color. Okay, there we go. It's not liking this thing I'm trying to look up. Okay. Because that obviously has like an extra number in there for colors or something. Because what I'm trying to do is not working. Okay. So do I just have to add a 0? I have to add a 0 onto the end of the hex codes. Let's try that. Let's give that a whirl. So if I did the chant and then I said the 8080 but add an extra 0, so it doesn't quite do what I want. Let's try adding a 1 there. Okay. Let's do like a 5. 4. 1. Okay, that gives me the pale purple. Okay, what if I put a 1 here? But not that one. I wish I could understand better how this is working. So that makes it super bright. That's like a brown. Really weird. If I look up hex codes, if I can just figure out exactly what my conversion needs to be, then I can actually understand it better. So for example, this is supposed to be a cyan color. It's not. If I add a 0, it goes to basically nothing. It's time. It's time. Time for what? For your grand trick? Okay.
Welcome Exod 1414.
I'm playing with color
Waves little
tinting.
axolotl
Trying to
armsoo.
figure out how
Do
to
I
get
want to
purple.
claim a fish? Maybe a gift would be nice. What kind of fishy friend should I get?
So that's more what I want. If I do like a 10 there. 80? Nope. Brighter. So if I go like down, that's darker. This is so weird. Okay, like that. Okay, Nope. I don't understand how this color codes work, and I need a list of it. Okay. Show me a list of tint codes for Hytale. How about that? Will that work? No, because it doesn't actually understand how it works. Because trying to tell you that purple is the... This also meant me alone as the best viewer. Okay, what shenanigans are you up to, like said? Because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4. It's an 8-digit number. That doesn't make any sense. Wait. So Exod gifted a. Oh,
Peeks out from behind
you're
a rock
gifting
and twitches
River. Well,
Whiskerzoo.
thanks for
A sub
that. And
gift. Wiggles
hopefully River
excitedly,
will
thank you.
get
Exod
that.
1414.
That did remind
Splashes
me I
water
do need to
happily, can I
edit
get
the
a fish
thing.
too?
So for the first
Please.
reward, or I need to edit that. I need to edit that. 1 second. I forgot to do the 10, and then that's a 100, so I need to take off 110, right? Okay. Oh, did it? It hit it after I swapped over. That's a bit silly. I can see it on the left though. Okay, well, you did gift a sub. That is for Brevert, so when Brevert does come back on to the stream at some point, we can have him claim a fish. Alright, in the meantime, I gotta figure out how to do color codes with 8 numbers. Okay, so color codes with 8 numbers. Oh, that's not it? Oh, I think I may have potentially figured out how they're doing it. Because it's the RGB code, but it's no separates. Okay, so if I were to look for the purple I wanted then, let's go back. So for example, if I want this one, I think I need to do, is it like this perhaps? not quite what I thought it was. Okay, oh, we did 5 of them. Thank you, Exxon. Appreciate it. So if that's
Wiggle
5 of
spins
them,
excitedly. Ooh, a hype train.
goodness, are you
That
sure
means
about
more
this,
fish for
Exxon?
me.
It's
I'd
way
love
too
a
many
sub or
gift
gift
subs.
if you're feeling generous. Fish emoji.
So what is
Splashes
that?
around
Another
happily.
5? So that's gonna be 500 I need to... Okay, let me go ahead and drop that down. Do, 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 do. Exod, Exod. Don't get too carried away, okay? Don't spend all your money. I appreciate it, but don't spend all your money. If you're not done, oh no, what are you doing now, Exod? Okay, my experiment for the color code did not work. What happens if I were to do this, this, and then, oh, remove these zeros and put them at the end? Oh, I just made this other chunk different. That's fine. Another 10! Exod, don't spend all your money, man. uh, Another 10, huh? Goodness, Exod. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. They've got a bonus recently? Yeah. Something. What is up with the shenanigans, man? Okay. So I'm gonna drop another 1,000 points off of that. Silly Exod. Silly Exod. Goodness. That is the most gift subs that's have ever happened ever. Oh my gosh. You've been waiting for this stream. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh my god, how many was that? That was 16? 16? Crazy Exile. 16 gift subs. Appreciate it, man. Too kind. Far too kind. Oh, if you want to pay me back 1 sub, wait, 1, dub me best viewer, and 2, lower the point routine. I did lower the point routine. It dropped by 1,600 plus the extra 10 for the stream for the day. So, uh, goodness, Exod, Exod. You really want me to play games, don't you? So trying to buy your happiness. uh, Goodness. Has that been popping up properly on the screen, by the way? I want to make sure that that's been. uh, if I just do straight up, okay, if I do just that, okay, so that and 0, 0 are the same thing. Oh, goodness. I have not figured out how this color code thing works. It is very confusing. No, I'm trying to prove a point and bury any chance of you ever, entering entertainment. uh, Silly excited. You don't need to buy that. You're more active on the Discord. Okay. Let's try something different then. If I were to copy this code and then try and ask it, Hytale tint, and then paste that color in. Well, not an official Hytale specific name tint, the hex code could be used for custom player creation. Okay. Wait, what? Well, in case you didn't notice, eye drops. Oh, you did some too? Wait, what? Did I miss that? Oh, you dropped my right. You were talking about your poor puppy. Poor little puppy, but it doesn't make you. The puppy. Yeah. Okay. So this is not the right color code. Front or back doesn't seem to do it. So what am I supposed to do about this? Where? Okay. Hytale, please tell me how you color code. Okay. How does Hytale handle tint color? About that. Maybe that's the right question to ask. So alter the RGB values of blocks. Yes, so it's the RGB value. Okay, maybe I need to try to figure out how to modify, because we have different tools here. Scripted brush, a block, brush filters, cinema, okay. So we have a tint brush. Oh, actually, I think I just realized what I need to do. Yes, aha! Oh, there's a hype chest. A hype chest? What is this hype chest? Choo choo! Oh my goodness. I've never experienced all this
Chirps happily
hype
welcome.
train stuff,
Steam's
but we've
creative
got a hype
journal.
train going.
I'm Grubby
Crazy.
the axolotl, and
I'm
I'd
doing
love to
pretty
claim a
good.
fish
I
for
have
you.
figured out my
Wriggles
solution.
excitedly.
I figured out how to do the color. I just have to do it here. Okay, so that's what it's using. Okay, so that's what it's using. And then I can do it as a brush now. So if I do that, I can now just paint it in. So much better. Okay. Brownies. Brownies sound good. Okay, can I do something about removing it, though? I could do a cube. I could do all sorts of shapes. Interesting. Material. Why does it say stone? If I said nothing. Still does stuff. Okay. I can add materials. Can I tell it to tint different blocks? Okay, anyways, we now actually have access to the color we need. Goodness. So now if I go back to this color code thing that I was trying to use. Did I leave it open? Okay, okay, here we go. So this is the code I want to try to use. So can I put it in here? I should be able to put it in here then. So if I go 702963. Okay. So that's kind of a reddish color though. They're not my best. Come drive all the way over here into these mountains. Stage. Okay, so question is, what if I go white? If I go white, it's gonna do white, right? Yeah, wow, okay. I really want to learn how to I want to figure out how to remove the tint. That's the been shenanigans that I don't want it to do. But I guess what I could do, can I? Okay, so I can middle click to grab the soil block, but it's not doing by shift. Oh, empty. Okay. Goodness. Okay. I was hoping I could like copy the tint. And then something else I can do. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a little shenanigans here. I know you guys are yapping away. Having your little Alright, I'm gonna open up GIMP real quick. Okay, I can do a snippet tool first. Let's try that. I'm gonna try see if I can color pick what is on here. Is there a way to do that? Okay, well if I go here, I can open this up in a paint program, and I should be able to color pick these purples. Okay. I did, but does it... Okay, so then I can grab this. I can go Control C. I can come back into Hytale, and then I can just paste it in there. Right? Aha, I can. And then I can actually paint the color that's in the game. That's amazing. Okay, that's cool. So we have our little method of getting the colors we need. We're saying 16 hours. Alright, so then if I go to this and I want to like, what's if I just max it out? I just turn this whole area purple. Look at that. Cool. And I can just do something like that to kind of just cover this in. So now when we're building with these blocks, that's so cool. That's the purple color that I want. It is going to be the same no matter what. Okay, so there is a bit of variation between them, and I can use them to kind of vary stuff. In fact, that works pretty good for the three colors we need. Okay, I like that. So if we're going to do that, then I think I want to take leafy soil. You know what, we'll just start like right here. Be right here. And we'll do... I guess I need to find out kind of how much space it is. So we're going to say, if I go here, it's going to probably kick me out, right? Okay, I can stand next to it. Okay, so we're just going to have to kind of guesstimate. So we're guesstimating this. Let's say that's going to be 1, 2, it's like 5 blocks. And then we're going to have just dirt. Like said, I told Turner you gifted something to him. He said, thank you. He can't join the stream right now, though, but he did say, he just said this when I told him you gifted 16 people. Wow, I see how it is. He always complained on my stream. uh, Okay, just something like that, and we can put this soil here. So it's kind of like the entrance way there, right? I like that so far. I do probably need to figure out some sort of scaling to decide how I do stuff, just to make sure I'm doing this the same across the whole thing, though. To be fair, he didn't have a point routine that lowers and gives me an ultimate goal. I was just doing things for fun. You didn't have to do that, Exod. Okay, so if I search for soil, is there a better soil I could do? I just do dirt? Is dirt better? Yep. Kind of? I feel like it needs to be darker than dirt, though. So this is dirt, so what do we do next? I did soil pathways kind of the darker. Is there an in-between? There's some clay. Could try like orange clay. It's probably just gonna be... This is quiche, you say? Quiche. Said if you did show up, I would buy you dinner. Okay, so I want something between these two. Like dry mode's probably way too dark. Yeah. Just regular clay, perhaps? Maybe I need a gravel. There is different gravels. If I do like sandy gravel, that's way too bright. Just do like a regular gravel. Oh, that's... If I just did gravel. Nah. I do actually feel like the soil pathway makes the most sense here. Right. So if I'm trying to break down size for things, I guess I could use the stool as a full block. That's probably the best way to do that. So if that's a full block, 1, 2, 3. It's roughly 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be like this point is where I would change out for this. And then it needs to be the other way, I think, because that was kind of like the leafy spots there. I don't think any of this matters. Oh yeah, that's the one I can do the other colors. And then these are the same pretty much. Okay. So is there a better like ground thing I could use? I don't know if it matters too much. Could try the burnt grass. Also the same. Okay. Ah! Squirtle doing stuff. From where? From where? Okay. I should probably also decide on a rock face here and kind of use that to kind of build out the space a bit more. Now that we've kind of learned how to mess with the tools like I want. Like the fact that we have a tinting color that's like thing we just drop tint colors in is amazing. Okay, well that didn't give me anything I was wanting. Structural, there's lots of stuff here. Like there's so many things in this game. It's crazy. Okay, well if I can do ores, I can do plants. I was looking for like rocks. I guess it's these. Like quartzite and different blocks like these. Stone. So I should look for stone. Then I can decide what stone to do, which this is kind of like a light stone. Could do sandstone, but that doesn't feel quite right, but maybe it's the best option we have. Let's try the sandstone. It is really bright. I don't know if I like it that bright. I could try just the cobble. The cobble is better. Okay, that is actually better. Texture-wise as well. Okay. And it's at an angle, but we could do... Oh, I have something we can do now. Because of how this works, we can actually rotate this. So that's a bit weird. It's not showing my preview very nicely. Hydrate!
Makes happy chirping sounds. Ooh, hydrated. I love feeling all refreshed.
Thank you for the hydrate
Wiggles
knockout.
excitedly. I'd love to claim a fishy as a new pet. Can I have one, please?
So if I want to do more curves, I can do that. What else could I do? That's kind of the best option I've got, so... And then we're gonna have these that we can do stuff with. We can get rid of these now, we don't really need them. But I can do some rubble as well. Okay. Okay. So I can have something like this where like I build it up so that there's a bunch of these, and I can do short ones, I can do this too. That's probably gonna look better if I just do rubble, but it can be picked up. Can I do something with the rubble? Oh, that's a bit intense. Brush. Okay. So if I were to select this, for example, what can I do with it? Shift, I can duplicate it, I can attach it, show, move, okay. Add walls to the selection. What if I just do /wall? What does that do? Walls? It doesn't do anything. Oh, because I need parameters. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm sure these tools are ridiculously powerful, and I have no idea how any of them work. Let's see. What if I were to look at the other commands? Block set. What can this do? The name of the block set to show the contents. Block selected. Can I make something like unbreakable or uninteractable? There's so much I can do here. It's crazy. 5'2" and 5'7". Well, I'm 5'10". So, ha. If we're gonna have a height contest, I win. uh. Oh, right. I could do entities, right? Because I can do... Oh, there's a 10... Oh. It was right there, too. I could have just said it right there. For a chunk. That's crazy. Okay. I can change the player model? I can spawn particles. Interesting. One of the things to do for people that are taller than me is to put my arms on their shoulders and say, "What's up, shorts?" I would just roll my eyes at you. Because you can put your arms on their shoulder, they're short. If you can't reach the shoulders, then taller people are closer to the sun. I guess that's true. I kind of want to spawn this, but I also don't want to spawn it because I don't know what I'll do with it. Okay. So I can spawn an entity. I can spawn an item. Oh. Okay, so I could probably do these, right? So like, for example, if I wanted to put this in. Why is that? Oh, because I can put it there. Ew. Interesting. So is this going to put it in there? I can scale it up and I can scale it down. I can rotate it. How do I decide where it goes, though? Oh, right, because I can spot it in, and then I can grab my entity tool, and then I can move it around and then place it wherever I want it, which is crazy. You can do so much with this. Yikes, go. Okay. Wow, Exod. So I can then select it and I can delete it. Okay, that's actually really cool. Translation mode. Oh. Okay, so if I were to grab one of these, I can use that as a thing. I can spawn it in, and then I can grab it and put it on top and have it purely be a visual. Because then you can't interact with it like you can with this one. Oh, Knockout dropped another... Oh no, Exile dropped 2,000 into that. Nice. We are 4K of the 10K to drop down the main thing. Look at that. Chipping away at the points. Okay. Goodness, goodness. Okay, so those are our different options. We could have these so you can collect them, which maybe it's worth having them. Anyway, ignoring the inferior viewer, Exad, you may have gifted a bunch of subs, but be nice. So you'll see down below, if you look straight down, there's the fish thing, and then below that is game. You can just see me probably play that. Chapter 1. Wait, what? So I'm recreating the game of Sea of Stars, which is one of my favorite games. In fact, I plan on next week, on Fridays, I'm going to start streaming the game. So we'll have the context of it there. That's actually picking stuff up. Can I just drop that in there? I can. There's so many tools, I don't know how they all work. Okay. It's a little overwhelming. But if I go for a paintbrush... What does the paintbrush do? Alright, let's see, paint specific blocks. extruding brush, hitbox tool. Brownies. I want brownies. You can just paint stuff up. Interesting. Very interesting. What is this? A block spawner. Block spawner large. That's interesting. Marks the anchor point for prefabs placed in original position. Okay. A visible placeholder block for level design does not affect gameplay. Huh. Green screen? Spawns prefabs during world generation. Okay, that's really interesting. An air block. These are filters. A brush filter that matches all scattered objects using the map. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I got distracted. What were you building again? So there's a game called Sea of Stars that I got a while back. No worries. It's probably one of my favorite games now. It came out not too long ago, not like super recent, but recent. So I'm going to recreate that here in Hytale because I feel like Hytale has a lot more potential and options to allow me to recreate it. Like this purple thing you can technically do in Minecraft, but not this easy. Okay, the tools here and the block capacity and the build capacity with Hytale is more suitable to the diversity that exists within Sea of Stars. And there's this entity thing, which is insane. Like this tool alone is going to allow me to build things that aren't actually in the game using pieces to build things. Like, the creative capacity is insane. So I think what I'm going to start by doing is just kind of making a... I gotta remember though. You can jump up 4, so I gotta have it be at least 5 blocks for where I don't want them to go, players to be able to jump up. Something like that to kind of start creating the space. And I think I decided that's 4 blocks for that one area. Dude, that's crazy. It is crazy. Like, for example, that like little save thing that you can see, it's really, I know the game preview I have is really small, but the thing that you can save the book in, that's going to be super. Minecraft officially has competition. I would say it has a sibling that'll inspire more things to happen, but we'll see. Well, the fact that I'm actually playing this over that Mojang, probably a worthy opponent, our battle will be legendary. Yeah. I know Jeb's made some comments on it. I don't know, do I just kind of wing it and just do whatever I feel like makes sense visually for my brain? Guess I can try that and get us a little bit of just a quick throw together of what this could be. Something like that. And we'll go back 1 block, and then this kind of goes like this. Something like that. And then this is where it will hit like the main wall. Okay, if that's the case for that, how's this filling space-wise? Okay. Because this is intended to be like a little hideout cave that the characters in this game use. It's like their secret little base. Okay, so I guess what I can do is just basically just start drawing the rest of this space out. The space out. And do something like that, and just kind of just go straight over. And maybe it comes back up right here. I think I'm just gonna freehand it. I don't like getting super technical in how I'm building things, so I'm just gonna kind of go for it here and see what we end up with. And then I can kind of tweak it after I've made like the initial bit of it. Okay. Something like that, and then we can kind of bring this over. Let's come back over here and kind of get this in place. I'll probably do something like that again. Do 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 do. I'm not officially the nicest viewer as well as the best. You definitely have done a lot, Exile. Okay, and then I guess let's do something like that. We can kind of bring this down to make like this little cubby area. Okay, well, let's kind of make this a flat wall for now. Kind of give us this space. Okay, so does that kind of replicate the shape that's going on? I think it actually does pretty well. Okay, so now the question is, if I want to do like a tool, for example, if I took this extrude brush, what does this do? Don't do that. Okay, does not do anything I wanted it to do. I actually just made a mess. Ah! Okay, well, that's awkward. Not a fan of that tool immediately, because I probably don't understand how it works. Right, and we're gonna do the regular purple for that bit. So then this is gonna do that, just to kind of get it going. One might even call me the guardian angel of this channel. What are you protecting this channel from? What doom awaits us that you've foreseen? uh, be nice, Exa, be nice. Remember, imagine this, if another viewer comes in, would they want to hang around if the way you're talking? Just think about that, okay? Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, we can get kind of the basics. All right, I forgot, what was the other dirt block that I wanted to use? Oh no. Was it soil? Oh, if I do soil, it brings up a lot of options. Caught on. It was grass, right? Or just soil? What was the other option to add? Okay, here we go. So one of these was slightly different. Okay, so we're gonna put this stuff away for now. We don't, okay, we will use that, and we might use this. So let's get all of these here, so I have every type, just so I can verify how they function within the shading here, the tint. Okay, so if I do that, okay, so that's a different one. It's a darker one. That doesn't change at all. Interesting. Deep grass has no effect. And neither does this one. Okay, so oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to do for the slightly different purple. Like all love. So let's see. The fourth one and the second. So these ones aren't going to change based off the tint. I know I do want this one. I think these two are these three are the same. Oh wait, no. This one's got some difference to it too. Okay, so it's a different purple, which honestly I feel like I should do full grass. I think I should do this as the main thing, right? We really do act like siblings. And then I can use this as like these patches. Thank you for feeding the fishies. The doom ahead that I have foreseen is great, young. What do you mean? But I will guard the stream from it. Thank you, Almighty Exide, for your protection. What would we do without you? Okay, so I think I figured out the main blocks I'm going to use. This doesn't seem to do anything, and I don't think I want that one. So we got these. Okay. Feed those hungry fishies. Okay, so I do something like that. Oh, I can't even see it on either thing. I don't have anything preview up right now. There it is. Okay. So I think what I want to do, as long as you hold the line. I'm calling you midget. So find you in the doom and fight the atrocities ahead. When I am taller than you, Exad. I am taller than you. Okay, so I think I kind of go through and do this. He's in denial. So this is that dark purple. And it's kind of like that shape. That's kind of like that shape. Okay, so can I do a... Okay, let's try something. So if I were to grab this selection tool, and I say I want to go... Wait, hold on. I go here, and then I select like to here or something. And then I want to replace it with something. How do I replace the block? I can do... It's a set command, correct? Yes, set. Now, if I were to go into here and look at this, and I want to do the set command, and I picked a material, oh, I can... Oh, and I can just pull what I want in there, can't I? Did that do... Oh, it did! That's so cool. Okay. That's very interesting. And if I do Shift Z, I can undo it. So now if I go over here and just as an example, I want to grab like here and then go all the way like over here. And then I go into here and I can just execute that command. I can hit page up. Cool, I've converted that whole thing. I kind of like that. Okay. Obviously we don't want it to be exactly how I just did that, but... Oh, this is what we need. Something like that, perhaps. Try to replicate the shapes I'm seeing. It's not as easy. Oh, probably because it would actually be like this, rather. I think that would work. Yeah, I'm actually doing a... currently hosting a parkour event. We'll see if anybody actually gets on and does it. I've started my parkour a little bit. Okay, so now what I can do is actually go select you, go to here, select tab. Oh, and I can rebring that in, and execute the command, and then let's hit delete. It's fine even though you haven't had a chance to play. We gotta play through existing games first? Yeah. I hear you there. Okay. So now that we have this kind of shaping out, I want to kind of go around this bit. Do I... Okay, so then it stops there, and then it kind of comes up here. Then we have some of the... Yeah, this dry, so we can do that. What games? What games indeed? What games is keeping you busy? What do you mean? She's got a 100% Harry Potter. Or she can start playing other games. You know, this is kind of crazy that I can replicate this purple without any struggle at all. Like this, it's so cool that I can do that. And Ratchet and Clank. Ah, yes, Ratchet and Clank. Definitely one of the better ones for sure. Okay, and then this kind of goes down here, and then it kind of curves around. There's actually a bluish grass there. I want to see if I can do something about that one. I could probably change the tint in that one section to replicate it. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah. I don't know how good Ratchet and Clank is, so if it loses by default. It's a very good game, Exad. You should play it. Definitely one of my favorites. Okay. And this kind of comes over here. Something like this. Okay, so now with the selection tool, how do I know that? How do you know what? Do. So I go like that, and I like that, and I hit tab, and I can say, I want this filled with this, please. Boop. And then I hit delete. Look at that. It's crazy. Okay, I think this section, however, is a bit weird, so I'm going to fix this to be more, I guess, less. So it's a bit more like that. First exposure I had to that game was a trailer for the movie, and I didn't know anything about it. The only other exposure was when Tony Stark called Rocket Ratchet in Endgame. Oh yeah, I forgot he did that. I guess that's the first patch of purple. So basically this needs to go up like this. And then I think right there it would turn. Okay, and then we'd have more of this purple. Oh, nope, the other purple. Yeah, the dark purple. Something like that. I think that could work. It's actually a similar shape, so I should replicate what I have here, I think. So it's like what, a plus with a... So it's a plus... with the extra sticking out in one spot, right? One of the corners is filled in, so it's kind of like... I could should have like this, perhaps? Brain doesn't know what it's doing. Hold on. Okay. So we want the plus to go here. Oops. And then we'd fill in this top corner, perhaps? Something like that? Doesn't quite show up how the other one does, but that's probably because we need these. Okay, and then when we put these around it, it should change the shape some. Okay, that's not too bad. And that, and that. Then we need our dark purplish one there. We're gonna do something like this. Like that could work. And bring this up. Okay, and then right there. So kind of have like spaces that we're creating that we're going to color in it later. Something like that. And then like they kind of look like puzzle pieces. Like do, don't they? It's very interesting. Okay. And then that's going to be something like this, perhaps even just like that. Okay, kind of like that. Yeah, that works. And we can do this a little bit. Do it like that and kind of cut this across. And I think this ended up going up some. We have some stuff here. Let's go to the game real quick. Oops. Gonna move the characters out of the way so I can see that area a bit better. Okay. So there is like that space with a bunch of things in it. Okay, I think if we call that good, we can just kind of color in the rest of this area. So if I were to go grab all of this section and then do the tool, do that, call it good, and then we can just fill the rest of these in with by hand. Not too bad. Now the combat that exists within Sea of Stars versus Hytale is very different, but that's why it's just going to be the world of the Sea of Stars, but in the format of using whatever I can within Hytale for mechanics and gameplay, which I think makes it very unique and interesting. It's like merging the two games. But where I can, if I can like mod or whatever else, I will attempt to do so. Okay. So does the dirt and sand kind of replicate the shapes I was wanting a little bit? I feel like this does need to be like that. And that feels pretty accurate, I think. I do need to do this. And that feels pretty good. This does have a little bit here. Something like that. Okay, so that kind of gives us the space. And now we can go back through, I can start doing like the details and stuff. We can do the different colors and such, like for this, for example. Hytale mods are going to be crazy. Yeah, they are. It's going to be super crazy, I think. The capacity of what this game can do is kind of out there. And it's not even, like, it's still nowhere near complete in its development either, so I think we're going to have quite the game in the long run, long term. Looks like there's a little bit of the purple here. Okay, and I think this also had some purple. And we can also do like a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Not freehanding it, but I can convert it myself as I see what makes sense. Okay, so we go to the tint brush. We do want to grab that color there. Let's see if I can find out what this color is. We want this color code. Copy that. We'll shrink this down. We'll go to our tint brush. Bop. Okay. And then I want to also kind of lower its width. Okay, yep. Okay, so now it's down to 1. So I can kind of tweak specific ones. Okay, so that didn't give me a color that I was wanting at all. So why did my color picker not work correctly? Oh, because I didn't actually color pick it. There we go. So this is the color we want. Gonna come back into here. Oops. And then route this color. Okay. I'll probably fiddle with it a bit more to try to get the colors we're needing for this section. And I'll probably try a different block so it stands out a bit more. It doesn't feel like the right thing though. Perhaps I need to do this block. Okay. And it kind of brings in that little bit of the blue color. Imagine just imagining the dinosaur mods I love adapted into Hytale's art style. Hytale has dinosaurs. Okay, so I think that kind of gives us the base level. And then we can come through now and kind of make this the space that I want it to be. We're gonna work on the walls. My sister is trying to make a sun costume. She asked to borrow my face paint. Hey, Leighton? What do I look like to you? Wait, what? Huh? Hytale has dinosaurs? It does! Hytale is gonna have a lot. I think even just the base game is gonna be crazy. Hytale. Yeah, you gotta explore the game. There's a lot to the game right now, even though it's just early access. There's a lot to explore. I'm not even sure how many biomes there are. I could show you, but do you want me to spoil it? I don't know if I should spoil it and show you the dinosaurs. There's definitely got to be like a tool that lets me just grab these and expand them, but I haven't actually fiddled with the tool to understand how to do that, so I'm just building by hand for now, because that's the way I do the things. Okay, so the reason we're doing the 5 blocks high is because it's a Hytale character can actually climb up. This is probably the most developed early access game ever. Well, yeah, it was in development for years and years. Like, this game was in development longer than most early access games tend to be. The reason it's in early access is because they just put it out in the state that it was in. Okay, so then I think I'll just kind of do this, so that kind of feels like this is a little hidden grove area. Okay. So that gives us a base to work with here. Now, to what extent do I want to try to replicate how the thing looks? Which I guess I could do something crazy here. If I were to go for the... Alright, so if I were like this, I'm gonna say creative tool, we're going to spawn in an entity. We're going to grab... So if I grab like... Yeah, we'll grab the medium rubble. And I can scale it up. So I can make it really, really big. Let's just make it massive just so we can mess with it. Then we grab our entity tool. So I can grab it, and I can like move it around, and I can like put it in the walls. This is probably the most of it. Okay, I already read that. So I could do stuff like this to kind of give it a bit more of its feel. So like if I did this, for example, and I walk in here, you can jump through it because it's an entity. Wait, what are those? With that said, I just ate pie and blood sugar is crashing. Uh-oh. So I'm gonna go to bed. Alright, have a good night, Exile. Thank you so much for all of the... Can't believe you did so many. All of the gift subs. Okay, why are those up there and I keep flying, they're not, I'm not getting any closer to them. Oh, is it because I... Oh, okay, yes, I can actually, that's actually really cool. I can just go up here and I can delete them all. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so I could do stuff like that. Well, that tweak, it changed itself. So I could do that level, but I don't know if I want to do too many entities, because I don't know how, like, badly that'll make the game run. And this also feels a little weird here. Like I need to do something with this. I think I should move this back one block. Something like that, perhaps. That feels a bit better. Because then it kind of makes sense. Of course, you're best. Okay, and if I were to grab this thing, can I adjust it? I can press E, right? Oh, E just made it disappear. Very interesting. Well, let's try another experiment. We're going to do one of these. We can scale this up. Let's put this at like 3, just to kind of experiment with it. Because then I could do something like that. But then we can like walk through it, so it's a bit weird. But like visually it could do something. I just don't know if this is what we want to do. I could put it like out of reach, like where the player's unlikely to go. So they just don't think they can go to that area. That seems a little excessive for the size though. But it is... Okay, what if I were to... Okay, I can press E. What if I select this thing? If I select it and then press E, it disappears. Oh, what is that? Apparently I selected some sort of entity that was over there. I don't know how I did that, but... So what level do I want to do this? I don't know if I want to get too crazy with, like, the actual space of the world that players are going to interact with. So I think for the most part, I don't want to use the entity tool unless it really makes sense to use it in certain areas. Like, for example, that purple tree that's over here, I could do that one. Oh, right. Do leaves get affected? I didn't even think about that. Leaf. Leaves. Can I just place it? I can. It's a bush, but it doesn't get affected by the color. Huh. But we have lots of colors, like we have these, for example. So, like, if I wanted to add in a purpley bush, I can. Which is pretty cool. Though I think I want to try to find... I'm just going to do this for now. Inventory is a mess, but that's fine. Let's see if we can find anything that makes sense. Let's start with plants. And we got our purple options, but we also have blue. So we're going to look for cyan coral. Oh, okay. Coral could potentially work well for some interesting plants. So right now we're trying to do like kind of that bluish grass. That's what I'm looking for. So we also have a wet bush that would make sense for that. Is this? Winter bramble. Okay, kind of scroll through here and see what else there is. There is azure ferns, but they're too blue in my opinion. I think the wet bush is going to work well. We got this as well. That's a nice color. Okay, anything else? We also have that one. We have cave weed. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll just kind of toss in a handful of stuff and then decide from there. We have leaves, which I don't think that makes as much sense. Petals, I think, Can we actually put these on the ground? Is that something in place? We can. Oh. That's a that's a big one. Okay. Well, so far. Excuse me. I actually kind of like this one. We could potentially use some of these. Okay, what else do we got? We do have seaweed. That's all the different plants. Well, these are all the wood types. Okay, cool, cool. Good to know that those are here. And then there's this. Oh, that gets affected by the tint, though. Okay. So seaweed would be a great choice for grass because it's affected by tint. Okay, so if we're going to... I should probably get some of the structures in and put stuff around them as well. Can I... Is there a way to just delete this? Just to shift right click. Because we're just going to drop stuff in. Okay, let's try to make the little save pedestal here. What I could do for that is actually do a bed, potentially. Or there's a gravestone. Or tombstone. Is this actually a respawn point? No. What's this? Ooh, that's cool. So that would work. So I could try to, like, use this and then build around it to make it make sense, perhaps? Okay, so let's say this is what we're going to use. Let's put it, like, right there. It does look pretty cool. But do I want to add anything else to it to make it more interesting? And is that the best option of what we have? I think actually it does, kind of for going for the vibe that I would like to have. Different lighting, okay. I'm actually gonna head out. Gotta wake up early the next 2 days. No worries. Thanks for joining. Like, see you later, X. Brain does not function. See you later, Knockout. Gosh, my brain did not want to do any processing there for a moment.
That's all, folks.
Stone Brazier, that's kind of cool. Oh, actually, this could work really great. That's cool. What I could do now, actually, if I go and I use the entity tool for this, I can go to the creative tools, I can spawn an entity and go for an item. And if I were looking up the stone brazier, I can put that in as an entity. And then I can mess with the rotation to get where I want it to line up. Perhaps like that. And then the size. In fact, what if I were... Actually, do I just make it like that? Okay, so spawn that in, take our entity tool. And we can move this, and we can make this a... Okay, interesting. So R for rotation. Okay, I can do lots of stuff with this. T, attach cursor. So I put it there, for example. Or even like, just do something like this, perhaps. T. Okay, yeah. Okay. So if I scroll off that, then we can actually interact with this, and we can sleep in it, yeah? It's a little funny because our head goes into the thing, but I can use that as like the respawn point. So whenever you see one of these, you can set your spawn that way. Now, question: would it be worth for doing this? Perhaps we could put it in the ground. Ooh, okay. Maybe we could do something like that, and then we can grab this. Oops, I could grab that, and we can kind of put this like right here. Okay, that's kind of cool. So you can interact with it, set the spawn, and you don't have to actually like do anything with it. Then what I can do is, like, since you can't fall into this space, I can then basically put entities of... Aha! That's actually cool. So if I go here now, and I go spawn an entity of an item, and then I grab the path. Oh. Path. I can create a path in the ground. Okay, so I can do this now. Spawn it as a normal one, right? Then I can grab it, and then I can even put it... I can line it up. Like that. Errors occurred while creating a backup. Okay. Then I can kind of bury it in the ground. Oh, that's not gonna work though, is it? Unless I like lower it. Do something like that, so it's like buried in the ground. Potentially, is an option. Or I can try to line it up so that it makes sense here. So you can still see this thing. Maybe? Or do I just... no, I think I actually put it back up like I had it. Oh, I gotta move this thing apparently. Okay, so we'll use this thing still. And then we'll just... In fact, maybe we can just... Can we put this behind it, perhaps? Over here for a second. I can't put it directly behind it, so I could do like 2 of these. Did he know that's a save point? I don't have to worry about doing the entity thing. And put these up against the wall. Okay, I kind of like that. And it's got the animation of something floating and bobbing, which is kind of cool, but we could also look at some other options. Potentially. In fact, if I just look for, like, book. What sort of book stuff do we have? So there's the different grimoires. These are different spell books. Okay, interesting. But I don't think these are going to do anything animated like I'd like it to do. Signs, we've got shelves, beds, the lighting, different doors. Interesting. This is all like the furniture and stuff, which I guess we could potentially... Oh, these are all just seats. Okay. And chests. There's so many chests. That's so cool. Okay, I might have to mess with these. For example, what if I were to put this down? Can I interact with this? When I break it, does stuff come out of it? No. If I just put like a big chest down, for example. It's a legendary chest. Okay. So I could put chests in and I can manually decide what I want in them. If I want to do stuff like that, so I could actually have a regular chest here. and put loot in it. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. We have a lot of potential options we can do in that, as far as that goes. Okay, well, we got a wooden bucket. Can I place the bucket on the ground? I cannot. We do have a barrel, though. Why not? Tavern planted. So for over here, I was thinking that actually works pretty great for that. Okay, and if we were to look for what in the world is that thing? Honestly, I have no idea what that thing is. There's like a weird thing in the background. How would I describe this weird, strange thing? What could it possibly be? Guess I could make it a light, potentially? For what it... Like, this is interesting looking. Guess I could do that. For that strange, whatever that is. And I can grab bone. For some reason there's like a fish bone there, but there's not really fish bones here, is there? There's a rib cage, though. I can't place it on the ground? Okay. Pile of bones. That works, though. Okay, cool. Do we have, like, a cup? Or a chalice? What could we potentially have here? Probably one of these things. Just a pot, potentially. It's kind of like a brass one. This could work. Even this one could work. Or even that one. Which one do I like best? This one? No. This one? Probably not. That one? Way too big. I think that one could work. Do we have a bag? We have the feed bag, which could work. Or fertilizer. And so just have a feed bag there. Is this rotation? No, it doesn't have rotation. Okay. So it's kind of like giving us our little stack of things here. Can I see all of the decorations? No. These are different things. I guess I could have this here, potentially. Then I can discover the memories, which actually could be really cool. Oh, maybe not here. I'll have to figure that out. Do. This is all just like items and stuff. I don't think things you can place necessarily. Let's kind of scroll through here real quick and just see what we got. These are all just gonna be blocks, right? As far as like, okay, then I go here, we have different things. Oh, okay. So this is all gonna be like building related stuff, like houses and such. This is gonna be like all the earthy materials. This is any ores. These are plants and such. Okay. Kind of scroll through, we got like different bits of wood. This could be how we do some of these things, maybe. The options. There's so many options. It's still gonna take a little bit, I think, to figure. Like, oh, hold on a minute. This is rugs, right? Oh, I didn't even think about rugs. Perhaps the rugs would work better. Like if I took this, I could like overemphasize that, but does this tint? It doesn't tint. Okay, let's look up rugs. I don't imagine any of this is going to actually have tint color to it. Which is a little sad. Maybe they'll add that later. Okay. Wait, the poison leaves, though. I do kind of like that as a potential bush thingy, but nah. Actually, no, I could work for these big purple flowers. Maybe. We'll have to fiddle with that. There's our fluids. We have portals. Oh, and a deco. Okay, so this is what we're wanting. Oh, there is a mug. Can you go on the ground? No. There's a cauldron. A campfire. I'm gonna do an actual campfire over here though, because I actually want the player to be able to do cooking. And maybe what we'll do is have these kind of around it or something, to make it a bit of a bigger campfire. What other decorations do we have? So many things we could potentially use. Large cauldron. We do have the dummy. Get that in there, which is cool. To actually have that we can make use of. Or there's an actual roaring campfire. We're gonna do this. Just don't want to walk on it because you'll burn, but sure, we'll put that in there. We got our test dummy guy right here. That's kind of fun. What else do we got? Okay. I got kind of sidetracked on a main thing I was supposed to be doing here. So I'm going to do this as this bush. I don't think I want that one. So we did decide this. That's kind of why I wanted to fiddle with that first. Okay. And we're going to have like one here. Right in the purple. I don't know if I want it that dense though. Okay, that kind of works. And we can spread a couple of bits of these, but I could probably hide a chest there. That could be fun. There we go. It's kind of like all those grasses there. I'd like to have like a visual so you can see out over here, but I don't know if I should, how much I should try to contain the players or not. Okay, I do like that. I like how this is filling so far. Something like this, maybe that one, and then this. And we just need kind of all the ones up here. Something like that, perhaps. Do something like that. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good so far. Yep, okay. We do want to kind of finish this random pile of stuff here. I think it just some crates and chests potentially. We do have like metal piles, which I don't think I want to do those because I'm pretty sure these are actually iron ingots. When you break them. Okay, there's not a lot of deco. Can I put the ancient bucket on the ground? I can. With control. Oh. So with the regular bucket then, wherever that was. I just need control. Aha! Okay, I do like that better. Okay. So now if I were to like look for like box, for example. Hitbox. Okay, how about a crate? We do have crates. Okay, cool. In fact, we can do these ones. Because there's a small one and a big one. So we could do like the big one. Or can I not place these? Oh, okay, that's a capture crate. I'm silly. Okay. We can put like one here. Kind of do that. So I think, since I've kind of fiddled with this a bit, I could do something like that. Maybe even just move this over and spread some of this stuff out a bit. That feels a little better. And then I can kind of come back through and like add my own things, you know? If I feel like adding more things. Is there a wheel? There's not a wheel. Oh, is this everything? This is everything, right? I'm here? No. Or is it? Oh, it's just the building blocks. Oh, I bet I could place like regular potions, right? Yeah, I like that. Okay. I'll probably put it like here. Yeah, put it on top of that. Okay, that's cool. There's a potion there. Maybe we have one here. It's kind of like an offering or something for this. Kind of like that. Get some potions for the player. Okay, do I want to do... I think... I do want to mix in some of these azure fruits. Because then that gives a food source that the player can gather. Just kind of have a couple of them sprinkle around these bushes, as if they kind of come from these bushes or something. Get another one there. Throw Hytale in the corner. By these. There we go. It's a decent amount of kind of starter food in the area. Is there a way to just clear my inventory? How does one clear the inventory when in creative? I can show variants. Interesting. Some cloth. I assume that's cloth you can like pick up and stuff. Note of light. Very interesting. Okay. And there's recipes. It's going off the screen for some reason. So I could have like the different recipes perhaps throughout the area. What does this do? Can I do something with this? I can put it on the ground. That's actually really cool. Sure. I have no idea if that's a functionable thing or not, but it looks really cool to have that book there, so I could probably put it on here. Yeah. I like that. I imagine it's going to be a tool later, so I might want to consider doing something different. Even just a regular book, probably. Do like a stack of books instead of the Grimoires. Robert, hello! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
Welcome, Brevet.
Exod gifted you a sub. So you have many sub now. Yeah, he's gone to bed though. So no longer in the stream, but... How do I clear my inventory? I wish there was a super quick way to do that. I guess a clay pot would kind of make sense to have in here somewhere, perhaps. But not like that, though. I guess I could have it in there. Yeah, that's kind of nice. How are you doing, Brevert? How are you doing? Alright, we need some stools. So let's look for some stools. Just the regular wooden stools. Tavern stool. So which one do I like better? Probably the regular one. Yeah. Good, we completed the Tower of Potatoes birthday server last night. Oh! Tower of Potatoes with Minecraft, or was that on Hytale? Okay, I don't like those being so, like, in Minecraft. Okay, nice. That sounds fun. There we go. A little more offset on these, and perhaps be up there. That feels a little better spacing-wise. Okay, what about here? What if I just do log? Lug! Or log. I can do logs. Which I guess I could just do some regular oak logs here. But I don't think I can place them directional. Oh, I can! One of the rewards for completing it was a community Hytale server. Oh, okay, that's cool. Nice. Something like that, and just have a stack of logs. Yeah, that kind of works, right? Gotta figure out what to do with this space over here, though. I do also have a server set up, if you'd be interested in that at all. for Hytale. I didn't get to tell you because you were off last week, but it was my dungeon data pack on. Oh, on the Minecraft thing? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's exciting. You'll get people to play it, huh? Okay, I do want a chest. Let's do a regular old wooden chest. We're gonna hide that in the corner here, because... yeah, it's pretty well hidden, actually. You can't even see it unless you walk up here. Though I think I want to put it more tucked into the corner more. Yeah. Yeah, it's finally in a working state, and it's super fun. I knew it would be fun, but I didn't think it would be that fun. Oh, it's awesome. I'll have to check it out at some point. Okay. Well, what do we want to do for some super early gear, perhaps? Do I go for... do I give pickaxes to anybody? I don't know if I do pickaxes. A bark scraper. I had no idea that was a tool. I could just do it. And there's a broomstick. And there's a rifle. There's so many things. There's bombs of all sorts. That's kind of cool. A wooden fence. Ah, that's great. I should totally put that. That's definitely got to be the starting tool, right? Look at that. Huh, huh, huh. Gigantic fence. Zombie arms. Wow, there's so many extra things that are like not shown. They're not actually in the main game. A deployable turret. These don't have any like descriptions on them, but interesting. So you can kind of like load it, but I guess I would need ammunition for it. Does it shoot arrows? No. There's guns. But there's no ammo for the guns, it seems, unless I'm missing something. The birthday server is up through the 12th if you want to try it out at any point, since it's open to anyone on his Discord. Oh, okay. Might have to poke my head in there potentially and see what it's all about. Gosh, there's so many things. A tribal wand. Okay. Different wands. A wooden sword. Is a wooden sword really strong? Okay. Well, let's put a wooden sword in there. That sounds fun. What else would we do? Do we want to put maybe one piece of armor? Well, we could do some fancy armor. Shoot me a message if you do, and I can help you get geared up. Alright, sounds good. Oh yeah, this is a scuba gear, which we can't do anything with yet in the vanilla game, but we can see it here. There's so much different armor. It's so cool. Well, maybe we can go for something that kind of... yeah, maybe some cotton. That kind of brings the vibe of Sea of Stars. Or linen. There's woolen clothing as well. I do actually like the way this looks. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna throw this in there. Okay, chest plate. This is so cool. Like, just what I've been able to put together here so far. Just trying to recreate that little bit of the game. Still working on some of the details. I just added enigmatic piglins, which are super brutal, but they also really rare. They have like a 1% chance to spawn from each spawner in the dungeon. Okay. What makes these guys so terrifying? Oh yeah, some food. Perhaps I should add in... sure, we'll add in some wild berries. Yeah, anything else I want to put in there? I guess one more potion wouldn't hurt. I love how I like easily hidden that can be. Okay, cool. Let's look up mushrooms now. And we're gonna have blue mushrooms, which I guess would be pretty much these, right? They have 40 HP. Okay, so dungeon armor, which is one of the dungeon ores you can get, is about as strong as diamond. Okay. And have quick charge 10 and power 5 craft. That sounds terrifying. Get insta-bopped. Okay, I've got those. I do like these violet ones potentially for those other mushrooms. Okay. And maybe this one? Probably that one, actually. Their AI doesn't actually know how to take advantage of the quick charge 10, though, so it's kind of like quick charge 3 or so. Okay. Like one of those things where like it goes way over the limit, but it doesn't actually make much sense. Oh, I can pick these up. Interesting. I think that's okay. Don't worry about. Let the players gather things. Not too big a deal. Okay. And then we have blue mushrooms over here. Maybe some smaller ones. Nah, okay. Actually, I like these ones. Okay. Yeah, players can use higher levels of quick charge, but the most don't know. Okay, most don't know how to use it, and or have their own independent cooldowns. Okay. All right. So I guess a rope. Is there a rope? There's rope, but it's like not a rope coil. Is what I was kind of wanting, but could look at some other decorations. Maybe I could do something else here. That was supposed to be mobs, not the most. Oh, mobs. Yeah, okay. So the mobs don't know how to. Yeah, that makes sense. Can I put this on the ground? No. Okay. Start potion bottles. Okay. I don't know what of this stuff can actually be used and what can't though. I haven't played Hytale in creative mode yet. I need to try it and see what else there is. So this right here, this purple, is tinting, color tinting, and you just use a brush. So I can go to this tint brush, put it here, and then I can go over here and I can modify it and do all sorts of things with it. I could just input the colors here. So what I've been doing is I'm color picking from the game. It's really cool from the game, so I can get the game colors and use it here in Hytale, which is really, really amazing. There's so many tools too. Like I've yet to even like dabble in it. And I'm sure that there's some really crazy powerful tools. The entity tool is pretty cool too, because you can put any item, any mob in as an entity. You can manipulate, tweak, like turn around, tip over. You can do all sorts of crazy things. Like for example, I could do, for example, yeah, Minecraft, you'd have to make a custom biome to change colors. Yeah. So if I go here, I could say spawn an entity. Kind of curious, I can go to an item. And if I go rope, I can actually put this in there, and then I can spawn it. And then I can take this entity tool, and then I can select it. And if I want to like rotate it, for example, I can then rotate this on until it's at the axis I want it. Which is pretty crazy. I don't know why when I press E though it disappears. I haven't figured that part out yet. But yeah, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. It's a bit weird. If I hit delete, does that remove it? I don't know if it. But it's actually really finicky from what I can tell. So I thought movement option would be, you know, enter the translation mode. I guess not. Enter head rotation mode. Attach to cursor. Toggle surface lock mode. Oh, interesting. So now if I hit E, I can go back to here. I can say, let's do the rope. put it in there as a selected thing, spawn it, and if I hit home, or if I do T, I can attach it to, I can select it. Okay, if I hit home, what does that do? Okay, it does that. So I want to rotate it. Then if I hit T, I can attach it to the cursor. Okay, so it still has the same hitbox. And if I hit home now, what does that do? Goes too far down. But I can adjust the distance. I don't quite know what that means, but Alt and scroll. Oh, I can scale the entity like that. That's actually really cool. What if I do Alt R? Okay. If I do R's rotation. Okay, if I hit E. So when I hit E, the translation mode, it just deletes it. I don't understand why it does that, but... And then there's a whole bunch of other options. I can clone the entity, I can toggle freeze, which I'm assuming freeze that should make it so I can't interact with it. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of customization you can do with this. What's the laser pointer? Oops. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I just realized. There's entities up there. That's not good. Not sure how those got there. Must have got there when I did the translation thing. I must have clicked or something weird. Okay. How am I feeling about this space? I feel like I could use some... Oh wait, there's a shelf. I didn't realize there was a shelf there. I also want to figure out how to customize this stuff. So I want to look for sandstone. And we can go from there and kind of decide what to do with all this. I gotta clear my inventory though, it's driving me crazy. There's gotta be a clear inventory option. So I scroll through the sandstone. Okay. These are kind of the different options of things I could use to build with. I might have to use actual stairs if I want to do any shaping, or using the stalactites. And I can put some ores in it too if I wanted to like add some variation to the wall. And I guess I could mix in sandstone to kind of break up this flatness a bit. Do I want that available there though? I honestly don't know if that's what I want. Because my other alternatives is I can do stalactite stuff. Which, I guess I could like break this and then put that there. To kind of change it up some. And then I can put this behind it. But if I leave that like that, they can climb up the walls, which maybe I should consider that as a thing, but it does actually help break up the flatness of the wall a bit. I have to figure out what to do with that. I guess I could go to like here and break these two off. To do that, and then just put a wall behind it. Which does kind of give those two little stalactite things there, when I could do something like this. The question is, can I jump up that? I can. Alright, because I need to make it... Oh, I need to make it one block higher. At least one block higher. Which I do need to know how to do the tool that would let me do this, but I have no idea how to even, like, consider that option. So I would think it'd be a selection tool. There's an extrude one, which I would think that would do it too, but I don't think that worked very well. Okay, let's put this here for a second. So if I were to, oh yeah, I gotta edit the tool. So the material is gonna be this. And I gotta do 1 and 1. If I do that, it's just basically, oh. Okay. So now if I click that. Okay, so it kind of works, it's just being a little finicky. It's doing things I don't want it to do. I clicked too fast. Okay. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Selection tool. This one. Yeah, you can go away. Okay. I guess I'll just do it by hand for now, because that tool does seem to be a little buggy. But it could also be one of my settings, I don't really know. Enabled NPCs can detect and react to you while you're in creative. Okay, interesting. Different modes. No clip. Okay, interesting. Okay, so there's reach distance, it's a delay minimum, controls the opacity of the rendering brushes. Okay. There's so much you can customize. It's like a bit wild, honestly. So I want all of this to be at least 5 high. So like right there, it's got to be 5 high. So I can't have them be able to jump to these. So I gotta have this taller. Okay, and like over here, obviously, it's got to be higher too because it's got stuff on it. So I probably want to just make everything at least 6 high. To start with, and then work from there. It's very interesting how this is coming together. I do feel like I'm accomplishing and doing things at a different... Okay, it's still a block game, but like the capacity of what it can do is a bit overwhelming in some ways, like not knowing what I can actually do. But for what we've done, like this is kind of cool that we got this little thing set up. And I think having like these things over here would be great for that. If I get more of those in place, it'll actually look much better, even just having, oh hey, just having a bit of those kind of sticking out here and there. So like this, and we can make this taller because we're gonna have this do like that, and then it'll kind of break up the wall a lot. Make this taller as well, something like that. So now this I don't. Yeah, you can jump up to that, which like okay, maybe you know what? I think I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about players being able to get out of the space. I'm just gonna let that happen naturally. If players want to explore that and they figure that out, so this can be part of it. I'll just have to make sure there's a way for the player to return back inside if they find their way out. I'm going to add copper in the wall to add some texturing. I think that looks pretty cool. Then I guess if we're not gonna worry about that as much, we can even do stuff like this. That actually can look pretty cool. And even here, we could even remove that and put this there. Yeah, just that alone's already made this space look so much better than this space. Okay, well, we take down these two. In fact, so if we're not going to worry about that as much, we're going to have water outside of this space. So we can actually make this kind of the overhang space like we were thinking about. So I could drop this all down. And we can kind of make what looks like a wall so that the players are less likely to maybe explore that way. So we're not encouraging them to go that way because it looks like it's a wall. Yeah, I do like how that kind of feels. This can kind of also have these to kind of allow that shapes in. Okay. And I can bring in a bit of copper. Okay, so if we're going to just not worry about what players can pick up, we can grab the sandstone rebels. We can also spread those around to kind of add a bit to the area as well. Just that tiny bit of detailing just makes this feel so much better. And who knows, they could take advantage of these bits of rubble here and there. Potentially make something and explore the map better. I guess that's one thing to take in consideration too, is like how it will actually benefit the players to have this stuff available to them that are from like the vanilla part of Hytale. Okay. So spreading some of those out kind of works. I don't know how I feel too much about it. Put like one of those there. It kind of feels better for that. We can have a little stalagmite there. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about, like I mentioned, I'm not going to worry about what the players can get to and what they can't get to. Just mix in a bit of that kind of breaks that up so it's not all the same color or same pattern. Okay. Now we're going to have to consider too, if we want to make this feel a bit more like a cliff, we've got to do that. Oh, a tree though. I didn't think about tree. Tree? What does that bring in? Because there's a tree behind there. I kind of want to put a tree in there. I do like the aspen. And then we have the different leaves. Are there purple leaves? Leaves. Oh yes, there is. There's poison leaves. Okay, so we do poison leaves. Okay, and if we do a branch, we want the aspen as well, I think. Okay, let's just look up aspen. Aspen. Okay, so we have different branch pieces. Branch short. And there's roots. Okay. In fact, we could actually just go with something like that. And then we can... Can I connect that? No. If I were to just do this, and then add a bunch of leaves to it. It's actually a little hard to place the leaves. Just that alone actually looks pretty nice. We could have a little tiny one sprouting up here or something. Can I rotate this piece? Not how I'd like it to. It only works if it's on these. Interesting. Well, we're just gonna do that. And perhaps just like... Yeah, it kind of works. Little tree there. We have a tree out here too. Which I guess this tree literally is just nothing but, okay. What does it look? Okay, so these have to hang from something, I assume? Like an underhang? Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, aspen leaves are yellow, but I do actually really like that purple one. Do I want to make it more bushy, though? I feel like I should make it more bushy. Yeah, that feels nice. Be like... There we go. Yeah, a little purple tree. Oh, there's also the shelf over here I gotta work on. And there's moss. Oh, I should look at moss. So there's like a red hanging moss. Maybe that would look really cool in here. Or can I not? Oh. I can't just put it on there. Oh, this one? This one I probably can. No, I still can't. Okay. Moss carpet and the moss wall moss. Okay, that's okay, yeah. So I can do a bunch of wall moss around. Oh, is our basket? Basket. There is a basket. Sweet. Oh, it's just on the ground. Oops. Don't know what's the point of a basket, but you can collect it apparently. That feels weird though. It's like not where I want it to be. I was hoping it would go like straight up and down, but it's... There, it's kind of like in the bush. That's funny. I didn't want to pick that up. That kind of looks like it's on the thing, but nah. These things are weird. I don't like them. Okay, what sort of furniture do we have I could potentially use? I guess a pot or vase or something, or like a planter could work for that. Yeah, that kind of works. Like some sort of basket thing. But can I put this in there? I can. Okay, I do like that. Okay. We could put some red hanging moss to kind of... We don't have other moss colors. And I assume none of these mosses are affected by the color. I think petals were though. Oh, actually I kind of like this idea. Sprinkle some purple petals around. Like they've fallen out of the tree. Okay. That's kind of... They're a little bright though. Egg spawner. Pet lantern. What? There's a wagon. Kind of feel like a wagon would make sense in this area. That's so cool. Can I put stuff in it? I can. That's cool. Okay. If I can put stuff in it, then what do I put in there? Do I have straw? Or hay? There's hay. Now let's put some targets in here too. I feel like that makes sense to have. There we go. There's some targets there. Got some hay in this. I like that. That's so cool you could do that. Okay. This is turning out pretty cool so far. I'm liking this a lot, actually. Oh, bundles of hay. I can kind of just like leave them spread out across the ground. Sure. Yeah, I like that. It's just like their little training area, but I don't know why they have a hay bale thingy here, but that's feeling pretty good. It's feeling pretty good. I'm liking this a lot. I do feel like I need to do this, though. That feels better for the shaping. Do anywhere else I feel like I need to do that? Or like that? I think I like that a little more specific that way, yeah. Maybe this spot could have some more. And maybe like a little bit of stuff kind of mixed in. A few spots where just kind of that. Yeah, it's like growing around that area. Yeah, I kind of like it mixed in a bit more like that. So I don't know if I want this one. I do like that one though. It's almost like this spot doesn't get, like you don't walk over here much. It's a little more overgrown. Okay, that's cool. This has got the fire, so it kind of makes sense that it would be kind of burned back a bit. Wouldn't be growing there as much. This is a walking path. I walk on it a lot, so I think I could also put a bit more there. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's cool. So they kind of spend most of their time on that right side. And I think I should just basically replicate this kind of concept and kind of go up to make a cliffside. I think that would work out pretty good. Let's go bop this stuff. Okay. But that's not bad for a first stream, I feel like. But, let's see. I want my inventory cleared. How does one do this? Clear the inventory. I guess I just have to drag it all out. Okay. So, I think... Oh. Whoa, okay, speed multipliers. I was not expecting that. So I want to get a screenshot. But I don't remember how to do things. Let me take a look. Controls. So hide UI was... Where was that? Okay, F8 to hide it, and then F12 for screenshot. Okay, so I go like this. I can do F12. That's a great, like, thumbnail pick, I think, for this. Like to F8. Okay. Well, oh, yep, well, that's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and put up my things here. There we go. Gonna do the thanks for watching. And then I'm going to look for somebody to raid. Let's take a look at who is on. So we want to look for a family friendly tag. So I prefer that. Is there anybody doing Hytale or Minecraft? No. Okay. Is anybody that I'm already following? No. Okay, well, let's see. We got someone who's doing some Minecraft art. Perhaps we'll go check these guys out. Sure. Let's go ahead and raid them. Seems like they're probably busy, but let's pop in on them.